For disciple, the host of Spiritual Drive Show. She am Mama Village, a bring power, the power of life, Herbal Center, and I was Spiritual Drive Show. So, aha, the share home near my bit said, Obeda Sudana winning Obida, Oba Sudana Woody, and I said, Obi, our pioneer, one our dying, and I said, Yari bit is a stroke, diabetes, hepatitis B. And I said, oh, pet, I will. I bet discussing in a show you so. There was a your bomb pie amount, one of the bomb pie amount. There was a dear drew council, a draw away and also, and the back count, Amawanya, Wamoto.
And auntie, she a many disciple. If you're then you will be a brave one on tree, a good.
I will click TV, now be in Shira.
Teacher, your starting series be about nature, understanding the language of plants. First of all, you have the ambition to learn plants, but this is a class I recommend you amount. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. For office line, there's a platform where say ya try dey wa hanu mu awie ni because enye nyema ni nyina ni itimi eka wa ha ya kire ni nyina wa ha awie no the basics no on the platform no ye call no mo a ye call na the other deeper side na ye ntimi and anye ne ho presentation wa ha no questions ne ba no ne ye fa so ne ye de bi ka ho ne ye answer as well. It is a uni onya part of the Telegram class and I said the WhatsApp class. What you can do is say you can join the WhatsApp or the Telegram class, and by doing so, you understand what we are doing. And by the time we say we are bringing the first session to an end, you will know what to do with plants surrounding you. Welcome to Wednesday. It's another beautiful Wednesday, and I know you'll be blessed. And then your baby suya kasa strong one. Eda enipam ene inwiem. Obi wo hon mo say meti kasa, meti se enwia na me kasa. Obi say wo se na wote se enwia na kasa na me de mente. Ene dia nyama ma church wo no. Say wo fa no serious. Now we some questions for platform no so a ebekọ kwan bebre so aboa amwate plant ase say sa omuni e kasa but ye ni before some paper studio no there's this short be an American about death and that mom have a chat on FaceApp once because of face up no, they are able to communicate with sign. Sign plants and you communicating. And then obey then and what say area and I say a haban and I say roots any woodin como. Kwame na befa so obeti ase. First of all, I was say we are serious, committed when it comes to plants. You should be very, very serious when it comes to plants. For instance, you can disconnect yourself from this world that we have and take maybe a vacation. So vacation now all call. Making sure say what do move phone. Making sure say there is no connection. You bet me they Rachel with this. I don't say bet me distracted from receiving your agenda now or they could bush. Now this is what you do. Normally, I see a picnic. You call bush running. You call bike running in the garden and on the park. Busa who say, why do we do all that? Is it for exercise purpose only? No. Now, moi moti efia ye fan say ye di concrete egu nyina. Na because of that no, it's very difficult for you to get access to plants. It is a for instance, if bad energy be ever begina them one more, it's very difficult for you to get rid of that bad energy. And maybe you may not know the right incense and a candle and oil to use to get rid of that bad energy. Naturally, there are so many ways how you can use to get rid of these energies. Nature is kind. My mention what give say say in so babeto. Now you have a feeling say da also sono enye daya eboa dia obeyenye abra ensuo no tona enframa no bo na hu se enframa no bo pa no dia ba ni se bie window no ubia enframa no the force be wura dem ho no e di wura ho pe e wura ho no na no within few seconds no e be san 10 apie but unu hu dia be mu hu ni se wasa enframa ni wura ho no no ebe ubon se bi ebe start se ubi bi nsi ya ebe kana hwe ebe yewe but unya tumu pe ubon se afedi asisi enya wura mu na no ayese roundabout na ebia you have to go ebia em say 5 exits and what roundabout no until you are coming from first exit no you exit your first entry. That is your entry. You exit on your third exit. It will do third exit now where okay, you are not going back. Whatever you are carrying with you no, goes with you. Say any rather more. Unya faden share. Bad energy be a air is also part of our human system. Ya human frama, so it's part of us. Eka ye nature no enya wura ho no mo that bad energy na wo dem na ebia ma so da ye bone e ma bad luck e ma hu nyema so no instantly na no obehu se e kwa na de ko enti after enso na twawie no obehu se ebia na untimi okura dem untimi na afei e dan no obehu se afei e mu smell fresh okoda obetimi ada enye se ebia wuni air condition wan so air condition so ato awienti na watimi ada no that energy na wo honom na energy of tension na wo ye hwe enye yero eframa na wo bi a window no for that period of seconds no e sa energy no eko e hono ho ato natural remedy. You did not seek any advice, you did not seek help from other sources. when you use that natural remedy around you, no, to get rid of that energy. Now, baby, na odem honom no. Yeah, there are some energies that when they come out, they are stagnant. We are the shame you pushing across one call. The obey be also honum. Sir, in so better, na storm from a woman who be no matter how it is, it will get rid of it. It's a way of we understanding the wind, the air that we breathe in, understanding it too. It's not just plants, but if you want to become a spiritual person, someone who practices or who has knowledge in spirits, you need to know all this, you need to understand all this, and by doing this, you have to have self-discipline to be able to do all these kind of things. Obi o no mo a ebia ontimi nya no akwakwosra no na ebia nso to na ubie na kwa obeka say madaf you ba he wa bin o enya bin no wa bin. You have the knowledge, and that knowledge is in you. Is that energy in you that you need to ignite it for you to be able to use it. That nature in you, if you don't ignite it, there's no way you'll be able to move ahead in life. So doing that will help you. Now, to our main topic. You have a garden at home. Untimi enko ebia outside where nature is. But within your home, you can use house plants. So because house plants are normally baby na drink to say your garden, in your garden, where you have your flowers anyway, you can start with them. And this is how you can do it. Where you have your flowers, I'm not talking about maybe where your foodstuffs and that way where you have your garden. What you will do is say, oh sorry, you have to have a connection with those plants. How do you do it? Water absorbs energy. That is why obi wo no also yedin so we abonidua enya no. Why? There is power in that water. That is why nipa no say the water system na ewo body mu no say a short wa etimi affect you. But just what I say, water na ewo system no when it runs shortage utimi frame, it tells you how powerful water is to mankind or to nature. So whilst going to water the plants, maybe in the morning, in the evening, maybe tube now it connects the water to the plant, whilst you are holding it, before you water it, start having that energy of thinking about good energies like love, good emotions, any bad energy, any bad thinking, get rid of it. Just focus on thinking about good things. And start thinking about those things. Now, once you start thinking about it, I will cry tube for some time. The tube is connecting to the water, so it absorbs that energy from you into the water. And once you start watering the plants, be a free move by piano a request. It's your fan say where do you sunflower or water sunflower but before so be over water sunflower dear a woman yama pabia opesa wonya your intentions ebia opese omwa omomuni bi opese wonya we, but at that moment so you have to start thinking about how it is coming into reality. By doing that, the water will carry that energy no to the plant. And once you pour it down and the water starts drinking, the plant starts drinking the water now. Once it's drinking it, no, it's drinking everything that comes with it. Let's look at the physical aspect of it. I say, ubenum edru. Na edru no, I was say we di gu nsuom na dissolve ansa na wanom. One say wonom a edru na wonom ye no. On ka say nsuo na wonom ti na edru na film no. Wonom a it's that medicinal way na we di gu nsuo no nom ye no. It takes effect. For instance, tea bag. So sorry na so benum tea. Once you put the tea bag in water no, it extracts the medicinal in the tea component in the water tea bag, dry tea bag, it absorbs it into the water. Sana also whilst all having that positive thoughts and also a tea. Some of you have adopted plants. Money what the same living room plants for whole money a day. You can do same with them. By doing that, this is what it gives you in return. Because it knows what you desire in life, it will give you in a form of dream. As a beginner, this is how it will start. It will come as a dream. And maybe you also die no. Na sunflower no. Water so na si wo fie no. Remember sunflower, you can chew the seeds no. You can fry some and chew it as granules. Okay. And at the same time, your baako so a yedua wo ho no. Now this is what say also there some of the things that you can see. When dia yedua no seed na yedua no, maybe you can take 7 seeds of their planting no, and then 7 seeds of what is edible. Now this is what you do. The same time no dia yedi no, odi gu anum onche onya ne hwe na de gu anum no worry. Owi a no anum so go so. You don't swallow it. Don't swallow it. Chew it. If you chew it, then you drink water. Okay, you take a deep sip of water, then you swallow it. Na afe dia ewo won sem no, o de eno so ahye form. Now, this is what will happen. Kwasa ehye form ho no no. Obehu se de bia o sori a okọ no akwota so. Okọ no akwota so. Okọ no akwota so. O water so nyina no, remember say you had a motive, you have certain intentions in you which you want to bring into reality. This seeds now what do in different places no. Okay. Whilst you are watering them no, and they are coming up no. Ubonsa fe enyema na opese emma into reality no. I started about one after the other. It will come in a way one where why you can also say you planting those flowers no is yielding that results for you. So or are yielding this kind of results for you. So you need to pay attention to it very, very well. And see, I think you can get maybe a diary. It is that now also that after watering the plants and everything. Okay, that means you are getting closer to the plants. It's sorry and maybe you go and water it. In the evening you water it. It's water and opano. Maybe how an maybe some of the leaves are changing. Meaning say either say it's getting too much water or it needs more water. Okay. It's when you check the earth and I said the soil, now maybe the soil is very dry, then it means it will need too much water. It will need more water, sorry. So checking so now maybe your wet, then it means where the kind of water now the man is too much a man wamia broso. It's no acquire a wunipa, wamia broso, osha ubon se untimi and you may be one untimi enye na ashe so. It's the same thing that happens to plants as well. If you give them more than they need, you kill them. So you need to understand them. And by getting closer, now water now no, you begin to understand, say, oh, this is how it is. Me man is so do it you reduce the amount of water that you give it to it every day. But just what I say. So you have that in mind. Abra, you are doing it intentionally. When we say I didn't know ye fi wakum wash that and away no. It also have a way of paying you back. Some flowers be one man, they are very, very powerful medicinal. Okay. Whilst in my search for knowledge in herbs, I realized that there's this plant that is very good for piles. And the way it gets rid of piles now, it is so simple. All you need to do is grind it and you apply it on it, even though it's going to pain you, because when the piles is out and I say it's in there, a saw, a crow, a cuckoo, a crow, so it will affect you. You have that burning sensation. But when it happens that way, it doesn't mean that you should stop. Oh yeah, twice by 7 days, ubons are faint. Pains no, untibium. I don't know, a trap. And run the car, maybe. The same thing to say a crop, IO. There's another plant, a berry, okay, a we fee. That a crop, IO, no. Just the plant no the branch ne so na ewu mu no o de ye baby I crawl na ye ona and I say anansi na whatever skin rashes I no o de ye so a within what my whole 3 days ubon say afi I started shit. But oya na too much ubon say it will turn into a sore. But so we na aba no se kwa enya any mark bi ento wo no, it goes without leaving any scar on the skin. But just what I say. And before you can know all this, you need to get closer to, start from your home. The house plants that you have, they also have medicines in them. If you are able to absorb this kind of knowledge, it will go a long way to help you. So, in other words, when you sleep and you have a dream about maybe you walking and then someone telling you, say, oh, ebia, sa flower way. When you say, it's bisa yare way, it's bisa yare way. I'm telling you, it's exactly, it's vividly as it is. Sa yare no, it's misa. If maybe unimobia or sa yare no, and I say, wow, who faces sa yare no, now what start to say, who you super, ubon say, afe, what started any results. There are most people who are, when you go to them to seek for herbal treatment, and I say herbal issues that you are going through, as a then nipa no oni any idea about the audio about issue na the about whether it's spiritual or physical. Okay. But otimika choso ke ni emmo mpa ni enhwe. Now, mu bompa no ono koda etimi kire ne say fa weni we ma no nipa na ne ho beto no obekwa akoda no na eyi a kire no say me fa ebia ade we ni ade we enkan ho beto obeba ode be kan no ubon say ho ato sa enetie. You need to keep records of such dreams, and I say some of the physical things now it will show you ebia enumere obekono so kwa water so no ebia obe feel late is after 6 na plant bi o da bia wada patcho so that say plant bi o da bia no wada. Plants rise up from their sleep with the sun, and they sleep as the moon also set up. It was a sun is going to start from somewhere else no, it also sleeps. About 95% of plants, they will sleep. But you may not know, you will go and water it. Abra water no say ubon say ni nanimu adane ntinechi na uhu, then it's telling you the plant is sleeping. So if you don't know that plants do sleep, then no you have the knowledge. Say, oh, okay, so plants sleep because what I'm having here no is sleeping. These are some of the things that they talk to us, or the signs they give it to us. Say, I'm going through this, I'm going through difficulties, I'm going through this section. So at least if you understand me, then you know the reason why maybe I'm turning green, I'm turning brown, or I'm bearing fruits. But if you don't understand that, there are some plants if you want to use them for spiritual purpose, now they are bearing fruits, you don't have to touch them. You may need the roots, you may need the leaves. You don't have to. You can only use them when they are not bearing fruits. At the time they are bearing fruits, no, all the energy they have is transferred into the fruits. And see, even if you pluck the leaves now the baby here well grown now, you will not get the effectiveness of it. But you do something as a class, so you need to understand all this. In future, no, if we are also die, now it has to do with plants. Now we catch and I say we are not to share plant be, and circumstances surrounding the reason why I could share plant. No, you can link it to that ailment and that spiritual issue, and it will give you solution to it. Today class no will be 1 hour because of other things I have to go and attend to concerning the studio. I need to go and get things ready and prepare them for the class. Phone in and other things can also be ready for you to join the class, because this is a visual class that is not me alone that has to sit here and lecture you. You also have to call in and bring your contribution and ask your questions as we are moving along. In the next few minutes, I will take a short break, and then when I come back, we'll go deeper into some of the things that plants do show us that they are communicating with us, which is in the language, plant language. So, plants, because a plant in the there are some plants that they will talk to you that when you say when you use me yet. That one you can get it in dreams, you can get it in vision. And I say if you are of higher rank, you can get it in one-on-one. Wakobush one say you can get it. So we need to take all that into consideration. Let's go for a short break. I mean, no sumra. Say me pape ye beto aso. Me twa me.
For disciple, the host of Spiritual Drive Show. She am Mama Peke, I bring power, the power of life, Herbal Center, and I was Spiritual Drive Show. So, aha, near share home, near my bit say, Obeda Sudana winning Obida, Obasudana Woody, and I said, Obi, our pioneer, one our dying, and I said, Yaribit is stroke, diabetes, hepatitis B. And I said, oh, pet, I war, I be discussing in our show. So, there was a your bomb pie man, one of the pie man. There was a dear drew council, a draw away also, and the back count, Amawanya, one
and auntie, she are many disciples. If you're then you will be a brave one on tree, a good
our Click TV, now be in Shira.
Welcome class. Your comments 1 or 2 be ma menfin twam ansana that was on. And yes sir, measure your name ref. Justice Edu, was a good afternoon to you all. Class, I think one of your colleagues is greeting all of you. Good afternoon, Mr. Justice Edu. Eninya Mishra. Faustina Kumantum, or say welcome dad. Welcome students. I hope you are jotting some of the notes down. And Kingsley Kwame will say, Kingsley Kwame from Liberia. Please, doc. I'm not a doctor. I'm a teacher. I have a pain in my chest. Please, any remedy for me, please. Okay. Chest pain in here. If you have maybe a friend in the Telegram class now, I think say you treat it, they can show you. But my mentor, you can get Negro pepper, okay? Negro pepper, and then ginger. Negro pepper and ginger, okay? You blend it together and then you put it on fire for 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes to extract the medicinal in it, okay? Drink it for 7 days. For 7 days, you'll be okay. Those in the Telegram class, they know all this. So if you can join the Telegram class, some of the things, such as ailment anyway, we've treated most of them on the platform. They can show you how to get yourself out of such way. It's I think I've been able to answer your question. If one thing so you can come back and then ask again, and I'll be very, very pleased to answer you. Now, jot this one down. Record every experience you encounter with plants. Record every encounter or experience. Record every experience you encounter with plants. By recording this, you keep deep meaning of understanding what the plant is trying to communicate with you. Abra, ebia, oben plant, no one will say, ebia baby a plant nisi no. Your plants be honoma epe waterlogged places. And your plants be also a pet dry place, very dry place. And your plants be also a pet snow. And your plants be also a pet when the weather is very chilled. It's not snowing, but it's chilled and epe. Okay, you need to study all these ones. So study when you are adapting a plant from one country to the other. Ebia, Ghana, Hanum say the studio is in Ghana. We are moving to maybe Nigeria. We need to understand the weather, the climate in Nigeria, and since a plant need to move from Hano, ako you feel in Nigeria, will it be okay for the plant? If it's not okay for the planter, then what can we do to adjust for it to be okay? Maybe the sunshine in Nigeria is higher than that we have in Ghana. I say maybe. But you're smart, I say. So what are some of the things you will do to enable you transfer the plant from here or adapt the plant from Ghana to Nigeria? You need to study all this, but you can study all this and understand it when you are doing you are keeping your records. If you are not keeping records, there's no way you can understand them. So please keep records. By keeping them, you will understand what the plant is trying to communicate with you, and it's a form of language which you will know. So baby, obi say you can plant your herbs there. Why? Because you've studied the land. You know how to communicate with the soil. Most of us say when we have our homes, the garden, we have a gardener who does it. Okay. But Sakaubenya garden, ebia na no dodo ni we no gardener na we no watering it no. Take it upon yourself. Set time and you go there and water it. Why? By doing that, you know the amount the earth absorbs, quantity of water the earth absorbs or the soil absorbs, and that soil surrounding you. You know whether it's this clay soil, black soil, normal soil. You know all this. So, but say ujadi nina to garden no so. Or no adwuma na oye enti nyema bi wo ho ma won't me pay attention ti ebia plant bi wo ma and flower bi wo akoto very expensive flower bi it costs as much as 10,000 Ghana cedis, and because you love plants no and our toy. But because the gardener doesn't understand how plants do work, or that plants are part of nature, but treating anyhow. And the basa physically you are losing money. Second, the kind of impact a plant you will not get it. So you need to keep records of every plant when they communicate with you. Send the buyer watch gardener no you mistake. You can tell him or her say, what you are doing, you are making a mistake. So desist from it. Don't do that again. And show commitment to the plants. In your garden, most homes are during holidays. We won't say garden. We know the dining table. Then the whole family go and sit in the garden and they eat. If you want to be knowledgeable in herbs or in plants, then I will advise start having your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner in the garden. Because whilst you are there, and you are eating, you are looking at it, and you are looking how the wind is blowing it, how it's turning around. All those are signs that is communicating with you. It's trying to communicate or transfer something to you. But because you've presented yourself as someone who wants to be knowledgeable when it comes to plants, you'll be able to absorb. That's a beer, pest, abba, flowers, okay? And this pest, almost what they do is that they feed on these flowers. And some flowers need to be one or more. When the pests come, they have a way of injecting this poisonous to their leaves or their flowers. Attack you. Some flowers do put up tongues around them that you cannot attack them, or you cannot harm them or pluck them. Leaves is full of how do you call it? Tongues. And even the tree itself, it won't mean harm. And we a way of protecting itself. Meaning that such plants and kasewa hono odi protection no, not so. But there are some plants are a protection like udi bedware. And udi dware as it is this sana also obey. So we need to have that in mind as well. Paying special attention to how you feel about your interaction is very important. By practicing this, you can feel the energy shift. Whilst our old garden, maybe are reading books, the smell that is coming from the plant, Ube say it becomes very unique to you. You become very familiar with the smell of the plants. And see, ebia say, bibi ye na say that day no call na say scent na free plants ni mu ba no asesa so you be out take notes of all that, not just seeing but smelling, touching, and we are o touch na who say bia and science be mu a you know say baby plant is in Ghana your dry season, your rainy season, and then harmattan. Inti ebia ye harmattan mu inti midime saka flowers leaves are very dry and likely to fall. It's what you do. You have to give it water. It's a way of you understanding it, and the energy that lies in it you've absorbed it. And since you've been able to absorb that energy it will also pay you back. How? By telling you what it does. So don't see it as just a normal flower. See it as nature, because you are also nature. Se me ben na me pese wonye bibi mamia. Na me nye committed. I don't think say you will do it. But once you see my commitment towards what I'm doing for you now, you also come out of your whole being and help me with whatever that I want to do. So you have to bear it in mind. Say, as we humans expect, that is how plants are also, because we are all nature. It's important to record because you are just beginning to create a special language. So the reason why you have to recording is your main source of understanding the language. You are beginning to understand the language that plants are communicating with you. There are some who understands when plants talk. These are the stages you need to go through. From series near starting from the page now visual class. You need to follow that trend. It will give you vividly understanding. It's not like we picking maybe one plant and it heals this, it heals that. No, that one, no, it will come. But you need to understand how we came to understand, say, a way. And by understanding it, no, is by learning the basics of understanding the language of plants. And understanding the language of plants, you need to keep records. How the plant, the texture of the plant, or when you feel it, when you smell it, how all that you need to record it, so that when you are working now, in future now, you'll be able to know, say, at this season, this is how it is. And when it's like this, maybe when the leaves are drier, they dry on it on the plants, and you plug it. This is what it does. When it's fresher, this is what it does. You need to know all that from the baby leaf, no, to the dry one. And yet dry leaves be a leaf, no, so no, and until it will drop, no, there is still inflow of energy between the leaf and then the mother tree. So you need to understand all, and each how you use it. You will be you can't use dry leaves for it. There are some instances you can't use dry leaves to come up with those instances. You have to use fresh leaves. There are some oils you can't use dry leaves to come up with those oils. You have to use the fresh ones. Example is, let me say this fruit, the olive fruit. When you use the ripe one to prepare the olive oil, you will not get it as using the green one, the fresh one. That is when it's at its prime. That is when you can get the pure oil from the olive plant. This is an example. So you have to understand all this, and before you be able to understand this, those who came up with olive oil, no, they studied it for some time and did their research very well, and maybe they had a conversation between them and then the plant before they were able to come up with such wonderful oil. Right now, olive oil, when you mention olive oil, akalakra any olive oil. So you need to pay attention to all that, and then you have to visit nature more often. If you have the chance, when you have free time now, instead of maybe going to do other things, you know, there are some parks that you can go and sit and then just enjoy the trees that are surrounding you. Or you can drive to the countryside. If you what driver from Accra to Kumasi, my main site example will show the smell you will get in Accra. When you get to, if you are using Accra Kumasi road, when you get to maybe in Sawam, the smell changes. When you get to Suhum, it changes. The more deeper you get, no, the more herbs you smell. After both of you baby, so you see a condition. Both of you baby, no, you smell now smelling na varieties of plants. Varieties of plants. Those we now all smelling, no, it's a way of telling you, say, there are a lot of goodies here, and if you can have a little time and stop, you can get so much out of us. And maybe you are upcoming or you are learning. A time is coming, I will give you homeworks whereby all the study groups, you know, I want to know how this particular plant works. So study it and bring me the results. Before you bring the results, now I know the kind of results you are bringing to me. It is a more balance, and yet that kind of results I may pay. then I'll correct you or guide you, then you get the accurate one. Then you go back and practice again so you get the accurate results on your own. And you should have that in mind. We will get there some time to come. So like going for picnic, if you can't drive to the countryside, some can choose to drive maybe 2 hours drive from Accra to the countryside just to have surround themselves with the green nature. If you can't do that, you can go to picnic in some parks and other things, which will also help you. Or you can go for bike riding. You can go for hike, which is also very part of nature. Whatever it is that you are going to do it with passion, and out of it, nature will reward you. Say, climber, you are going for mountain climbing. You have to bear in mind, say, you are doing with passion. Because whilst you are moving, you may be meeting certain creatures which you haven't seen before. And these creatures also have a way of imparting nature. And if you are someone who is into nature, you begin to study them one after the other. You will not rush to climb to the top, but you take your time and climb. I remember one of the mountains in Ghana. When I was young, we went on an excursion, and we had to climb that mountain. Easy, but when you get to the top, when you sort of relief be warm, and whilst you are climbing the mountain, there are fruits, farmland for others. But the kind of fruits are almost and then you know about who say yes, it's a body, who's a body, no abo say barrier, who's a barrier, no a share no ayekese. So you have to take note of all that. That ebia when I'm farming and I'm planting my herbs on mountain, this is how it's going to come out to be. If it's on waterlog, this is how I'm going to get it. If a normal soil for planting, so this is how it's going to be. You need to know all this, not just planting but plugging it as well, because depending on where you plug it, will determine the medicinal that lies in it. Not so then it's working. No, maybe the soil has been infected with artificial way of neutralizing the soil or giving the soil nutrients. I don't think say the kind of medicine that it will give you will be the same as that of deer no abba at a place is meant to be for it, or is not and I say need that in contact with that artificial way. I always say I bring you an entity a good form a good form a prone form a soil. Say soil ubu say na afi I mix it with it na amount the surface are very nourishing. And it is so toguswa na one more creative host no war and sassy no mono. Ubu say sa soil na igu eni no omo pushi na omo creative host ntina akwa fele sa host no na ma soil no are very fertile. You don't need to use artificial nutrients for the soil. Say basa o say soil no in terms of medicinal purpose and in terms of inuane na yedi ni krampo no before say beba no bon say aduane na huhu kese, but udia the end results no any good amount. Most of us are going through a lot of diseases because of the kind of food we are being fed with. There are some places when you go you have no option than to eat what you are given there. Why? Because a whole new crew. But they practice that artificial way of neutralizing the land to get more harvest. I don't know, it will not be good for you. It's always good if you are someone who want to understand herbs to know say nipa ebia wo no nyema ebemo huhuru wan hwe abetime nya obesity no sana plants and so oyomo sa they will also get obesity. It will be na ekese, but udia the kind of nutrients also amount you will not get it. We use na haban for medicinal purpose the kind of medicine, exact medicine, also we're extracting woman, you will not get it. So you always have to have it in mind, say you are using the right soil, and you can only do this by studying nature, and soil is part of it. It's the root of all. I want to be a free bar. So you need to know this. It is very important to disconnect yourself from the rest of the world, such as turn off your phone and leave it behind. Unplug completely. To be able to achieve that, your goals, and now your goal of understanding plants. When you are going for such trips, maybe picnic, that 2 hours drive from the city to the countryside, to surround yourself with green environment, to understand certain things, you need to unplug yourself from the rest of the world, because maybe now you are studying how some plants are cultivated by natural means. Natural means near Abia, the plant is there, then birds will go and feed on those the fruits, and as they are feeding on, we won't say na Abia another prayer bar no more free honum, and whilst they are going, they are eating what is in their mouth, and some of the seeds are falling behind, and whilst they are leaving them behind, they also come up. And to share the onyina tree, in they grow most of the times in the thick forest. The onyina tree, and it's not good to plant them at home. Why? Because the roots of it can travel far. One here, usi be ufi, and I say usi in the middle of your house. And you do baby a bit to two udani in it will go to the foundation and uproot the whole structure. It is not advisable to bring certain plants closer to you, aside its spiritual impacts. No, it's not good for physically as well. So we need to also put that into consideration. If for a reason you cannot get closer to nature, you can do so with houseplants. So I want you to put all this note down. If you cannot go where you may say me on pontem, time abe pon be about 5. Ubedi traffic mo say bia o kwabri o ko ha. Ubedu ho no na adiasa. And it will be very risky for you, because that time no be konna plants ni na omada. You can't throw light on them. Who throw light awada? It's only few of them that will rise. How? Because omunku light na I see nipa wada na the light at also, and now that them will be able to light. About 80% of us, and sorry, but 20% be sorry. Sana no so tie. You can do that during daytime, but so when money ma on kwan so be call the daytime one, you can use during weekend no or house plant now one, and as you remember or house plant now one, you can use them to do your studies, and you begin to understand the language they speak, and then you let nature in. Obi ohon mane dem or the curtains a twa honum nyina ahia, okay, and sun shine crampo emfa honum outside normal air crampo for honum e better na beso die papa so on so die pa, because e den no I stuffy it won't mean so die pa. But if you want to be able to dream, not dream now will come into reality. You have to open your curtains every morning when you are going to work, knowing very well, so maybe today obi will feel when it's about to rain, obi to me akwako close window no amame. Open your curtains and then the window, then you leave it and go. Ubon so beba no na danu especially fresh. I don't know that ya always should be very good. Why? Because you've gotten closer to nature. Nature mpe ade ebon, and using a plant so area, it gives you this fast smell for you to know, say, there is something wrong with it. So we have to bear it in mind. You have to keep all these records. Not say you say you want to understand the language you speak in but no, it takes a lot of discipline. You need to observe the elements. Get to know the land, as I told you earlier on, the soil, no? Know how it is. Practice forest bathing. That is, ABR, you go to the forest bathing doesn't mean yourself, because forest, nothing so dry. No. It's going to where you are surrounded with green lands or green plants. That is forest bathing. Surround yourself with plants. Care for plants. Look for messages from nature or plants, and then you meditate. Now, look for messages from nature. Now, for instance, ABR, nature always signal mankind because they don't want to harm us, the good ones. ABR, the main high road, no, won't say there's a branch aba closer to the road. Likely say any storm be about a bit me a buatoquanum, and it can cause accident. We won't say a woman who will be studying nature very well. Oh, quite you can say, I deal ya here as a bua a bay. It then you can prompt the authorities say, oh, ABR, this part of the road, no, there's this branch is likely to cause an accident. And if they listen to you, they will come and get rid of it. Then, not a stop accident. And quite a better, no, you're thanks to you and your understanding of the language that they communicated with people. So these are some of the things, the basic things, when you begin to understand them more, you will know how plants do work, how herbs do work. You need to know all this. If you don't know all these things, I don't think you'll be able to understand how to use herbs. And then Midikaka say, because people say me put two name together, say ne phones ne phone ne other ones ne be no. I was say me technical team no time no ultimate dey sa nyema ne ti no. And then one happen here yem ko kosi 5 na nyame aduma chana de e be kwa kosi 5. And nti na and mama the basics of it no. So you need to know all this. I hope say who share video maybe when to me and your 2 certain things now, you go back and then play it and then jot some down. I want to ask you, and you come and then you ask me, and I will be glad to answer you. Always remember, say, when we talk about forest bath, not say, what question forest that obia or you do ni or you do ni a gyro. Patrol question be what Hanum say, may answer Nianko. Please, how can I join Click Telegram class? Please. Oh, okay. Be patrol. Obey me after Click office line. So offer now catch and say, Obey set on joining Telegram class now. May you say or do be fast stages be not so do far or do be joining. And then Hana Emery Ebeme Quine near DSC. Now me at my channel, you be called your 2 hours and send your no. May say and then a park into nice a poem. There will be a lot of questions, a lot of things are on TSA during the presentation and at the lecture. You can put it on the page, and I'll be glad to answer you. Always remember, say we are here to enlighten you, for you to understand how to practice herbs, so that you can use it for yourself and your community and the rest of the world. Nyami adom no oba de kan ho a echina ye be hia 3 to 5 medawase.